Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls. I'm Josh, aka Savage Hydra, and last time we came down that way to this bonfire. This area is rather amusing in the console versions of the game because this game was kind of a bit ahead of the console hardware, and this literally looking over here gave you so much FPS drop, it wasn't even funny. But last time we came down here, we found our first checkpoint in Blighttown, and what I'm going to do right here. Actually, no, I'm not going to. It's not needed right now. I'm just gonna continue on our merry way along our path. Hopefully, get to the next bonfire without dying. I'll get out of my menus. That's probably useful. We've got guy in a pot. Smash, smash, smash. La, la. Wah. Dealt with them fairly easily. And again, I'm not leveling while we're down here for a particular reason, which we will see a little later. But I'm just dealing with these guys here now, just because otherwise they will come down and catch us from behind when we head over this way underneath. And this is also a slightly treacherous area because right at the top there, I don't know whether we can see him from here. Oh, hello. How rude. I see we have fire-breathing dogs, so that's fun. Huh. Any more? Any more shenanigans? No? Okay, we're good. I'm not sure whether we can see them from here. But it's like, there we go, he's up there. We got darts. So we need to be careful of toxic again. But what we need to do is get across the bridge here. And when you get to about here, it's no longer such a problem. But we do still need to be careful because when you get a bit further over on this side, he can still hurt us. But for now he's up there. I'm just going to quickly heal. And there are plenty of enemies around, but I'm just going to take a casual walk over here. Just taking my time with it. Finding our way around Blighttown. Now we can see an item underneath that thing, and we just picked up souls from somewhere, so I'm not sure from what, but from something. But I think we can go down here fairly safely. I can already see of some of what's waiting for us down in the bottom of Blighttown. That's actually normally all, I believe, covered to some degree with like a fog in the console versions, purely just so that it can actually process the area. But if we... Okay, so we've leashed the guys that are down there, so we can just wait for them to make their way up this ladder. I smash these pots so they're not in the way. But wait for them to come up, and then get some cheap shots in. There we go. I am really liking the feel of the claymore. Like, I've never used it before this playthrough, and oh man, I like it. So we have a Soul of a Proud Knight. More people coming up to greet us. Huh. Huh. And he can fall. Did he die? No, he's not dead. So we'll just wait for him to come up. Huh. Oh. Bit quick on that. And slice. And we're good. So I'm just going to have a quick look down here. see what there is to see. We never know what we might find. Oh look, we got a dark guy. Ooh. Ooh, we nearly got toxic. Okay. That's good though, we got more moss clumps to deal with poison. And we got rid of a dark guy who won't respawn. So that's nice. No. Thank you. Again, you want to be careful for those really heavily broadcast attacks, because that's going to be their grab attack. Now, we're going to pick up a fairly nice shield here. The Eagle Shield. I'll get it out in a second. Just get to a bit more safer ground. But we have the Eagle Shield. Now, it only has 95 physical damage reduction, but it's got really good lightning resist. It's got good high stability, because it's our first Great Shield. So it's got some really, really nice stability on it. The thing about Great Shields, though, compared to our regular shields, normally you can like bash with your, you can like do the parries with small shields. With big shields you can't. You just have to do like a little shield bash. So I'm just gonna head back to the spider shield anyway, just so that we've got that extra poison resistance for now. But the Eagle Shield isn't a bad shield, especially for strength builds, because you're generally gonna want to like tank hits more than dodge them, because you can. The dexterity builds are more about dodging because you can't wield great shields. If you're doing a strength build, then you can forego being like dodge orientated in exchange for a great shield, to just basically face tank all the damage. But I think we'll grab this here, and I'm going to head up this ladder, because I believe we are going to deal with our last poison dark guy. Oh wait, no, that's not our last poison dark guy. The last poison dark guy for a little while. No. Ugh. There we go. I've got some more blooming purple moss clumps, which is always nice. We can head over here. Oh, 500 souls from somewhere. Are you serious? No way. No way. I think that giant squiddy thing that was on the wall actually somehow managed to just die spontaneously. So I'm really not sure how that happened. Oh dear, I don't want to take that much of that. So I'm just going to heal again quickly. But this is the way to get to that, behind that thing, because taking it out while it's there is actually rather difficult. So if we go this way... Oh no, it's still there. Okay. I don't know what died to give us 500 souls, but something did. But from here, we can get to it. I'm going to pull out my pyromancy flame, because this thing can be very dangerous. I'm just going to take little cheap range shots at it, because if you fall through, it will just start flailing around and absolutely ruin you. I hope I'm actually doing damage to this thing. I'm going to take a... There we go, it's down. Really good. Can't really see its health bar, so I was kind of concerned whether the fire was actually working against it or not. But we have a pillaged corpse here, a little treasure, and it is the pyromancy power within, which I'm not particularly fond of. It's essentially just, it's a pyromancy that means that you deal a huge amount of increased damage at the expense of losing health continuously over this duration. So I'm just not fond of it at all. Just because I tend to make a lot of mistakes when I'm playing anyway, and like that. And when you're losing continuous health, taking extra damage from the boss is really kind of not ideal, to say the least. There are a few things down here. You can see like a couple of items and corpses and stuff. Down here. So I'm just going to open this fog gate for us now. Just so that's done. You can have a little poke outside here. You can see that we're going to be making our way downwards properly and towards the bottom. But there are items that I've seen. And we're going to go get them. I may not want to use them, but we're going to go get them regardless. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm not going to fall. Please. There we go. Easy peasy. I mean, a whip. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use that, but it is what it is. And then we want to hop over here and just drop down. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, that's everything. So that's basically just a shortcut from this ladder that we just were literally right next to. And I'm going to take this opportunity just to heal again, just because, to be safe. There's no harm in being safe. And we get these things, which are kind of new, and they spit fire fairly far. But they're quite fragile, so they're fairly easily dealt with unless you get swarmed by a load of them. And believe me, that can happen. I've got a dung pie, not really interested in that. Swing, swing. We're done. Oh, this must have been one of the guys that I don't even know where I'm getting these souls from anyway. I honestly don't. Well, we'll just continue making our way down here. Oh, we got another poison dart guy over there, so we know we've got to deal with him. So I'm going to drop here, because we walked down, so we kind of couldn't actually get to the... Climb down. No, 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 please no. Shit. Right, okay. I'm just going to run straight at him. No. And this is why we have blooming purple moss clumps. Look how much damage that toxic is doing. That's a huge amount of damage. I'm just going to Estus that. Oh, and we got bugs. Don't like bugs. Got an item here. The Wanderer's set and a falchion. Always nice. Try and deal with these bugs. Dealt with. That's fine. They're more just an annoyance than anything that's difficult to deal with, because it can be difficult to actually land a hit on them. I'm just going to speed down here. And sweep. Sweep. And he's dealt with. Oh, took a bit of damage there from him, but we can... Oh, hello. I didn't know you attacked with your hands. I'd never seen them do that, actually. I've only ever seen them just shoot the fire. Like that. And hurt. Ugh. Right, I'm gonna heal now. There we go. But we are getting close to our bonfire. We can just wander down here. There's a few of these guys around, but they're not going to be that much of a hassle. Just have a double swing. Wander around here. More bugs. Again, just an annoyance. Ugh. Can we not? Thank you. Thank you. As you see... Oh, God, no. Oh, dear. So now I'm going to use a regular purple moss clump, because I don't want to deal with this poison damage right now. heal up, because we're getting fairly close to our bonfire now. There we go, there's one down. And we got an item over here. Actually, this is as good a time as any, just to showcase why we went back to the Undead Asylum. I'm going to take Havel's ring off and put the rusted iron ring on. Because you see, we were moving very slowly in that swamp, whereas now we can move normally through it. Sure, we're going to be mid-rolling now, but we're not really dodging any of these enemies because they're not really slow, they're not really fast. They're lumbering, they're easy to kind of avoid and hit, and we can just take chunks at them, like that. But our bonfire's here, and we can light this and recover. And just before we end off, I think I'll head up here just to show us that there's an item down here in this chest. Something quite nice. A dragon scale. Dragon scale is, well, it's basically just, well, there's two uses for it. There's a covenant that involves dragon scales. And there are items that upgrade via dragon scales. So the Dragon King Great Axe that we got from the Gaping Dragon by cutting off its tail, that's actually one of the items that does upgrade through dragon scales. That's I just kind of blanked then. But we've found our way to our next bonfire, and I think now is the time that we look at changing over all our equipment, because I want to have all the shadow stuff on, because it massively, and I mean massively, we're a ninja by the way, we're a ninja with a fanny pack, it looks so silly. Just the back of this thing looks so silly. But in general, this is a very, very good armor for negating poison damage. And we're going to be wearing this for our exploration of the lower areas of Blighttown, because we're going to be wading through all of the swamp. So in this, actually, I'm not sure if it's light or heavy, but we're fast rolling without Havel's ring on. So that's nice. That means that we can roll around and have our fast rolls and everything in the swamps while we've got this armor on. We're probably a bit physically weaker than we were before, but it's worth it to negate a lot of the poison damage, because you're going to be wading through this stuff so much that using these is going to become pretty irrelevant until you reach an area where you're kind of just going to be avoiding it anyway. But that being said, I'm just going to repair our equipment quickly. And I think I will store, where's our bottomless box? There's a bottomless box. I'm going to store a lot of the stuff we just picked up in here. So we don't need the falchion, we don't need Iato, we don't need the club anymore, we're not using that. The halberd we're not using. The whip, oh, I can show you the whip quickly as well. So I keep hold of that. The whip. Pyromancy we're using, talisman we're using. Hollow soldier shield, no, not using that. A spider shield, grass crest shield, we'll keep that out. Crest shield we're not using, eagle shield we're not using, that's fine. Those are all stored. We want the elite knight helm. We want the elite knight helm, but we're not using the armor. I think we are using the leggings right now. The wanderer's equipment we're not using, so we'll put that in there. But that's got some fairly decent fire resistance. And the leather armor was what we were wearing on our top torso. We're using the leather gloves. So actually, I'll keep the Wanderer stuff out, because I might see whether it's worth using any of that over other stuff that we had equipped. But for now, that's actually pretty much everything. So I'm going to just quickly equip the whip. The whip. You see, we've got a whip. And pretty standard, it's a whip. Two-handed, la, 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 la. It's not that great. I don't like it personally. So I'm just gonna default straight back onto our claymore, the old faithful claymore, and chuck the whip away, as we don't want that. And that will be it, I think. So next time we will explore all around this area. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.